All right, hey, welcome once again to the conversation. Hey, I got some of the crew here today. We ain't got a large crew, but we got a crew, and that's enough, right? Am I right saying that? Like, that's enough. We got two ladies and two gentlemen here today, so y'all know it's gonna be SmackDown, WWE style on here today.
We have two ladies
I said two ladies
and
didn't I say?
two whatevers, but go ahead.
Hey, once again, I appreciate y'all coming through. Y'all see how it's about to get started, but you know what? We're gonna jump right into it. Like, okay, guys, this week, we had a couple of things happening in social media land. You know what I mean? One of those things was this restaurant list, this infamous restaurant list that got passed around, and I'm talking about people making their own list after that, talking about what this person should do and what I'm not doing, and it was made off of the skit. Now, I think the skit was fake. I don't know about y'all. I thought it was fake, but it looked real. This woman was recording this gentleman who took her, and he pulled up at Cheesecake Factory, and basically she was like, "I ain't getting out. You ain't taking me to Cheesecake Factory. I got all done. Look at me." She said, "Look at me." I was like, "Look at you." But anyway, she said, "Look at me," and she was like, "I'm not getting out." And basically, he was saying, "Listen, we would have went to another restaurant, but you know, it was an hour, whatever the case may be, and I thought the Cheesecake Factory was good." And she was like, "I don't do Cheesecake Factory." I don't know if any of you guys been to Cheesecake Factory. I have, but basically, she said that wasn't good enough to take her out on a first date, right? So again, what happened was people started to create this list. Don't take me out to Waffle House, Applebee's. We ain't going here. We ain't doing that. None of that stuff like that. And it started to be a real conversation about more about worth than the actual restaurant where you choose to take me to based on the woman. Because this is a pro-woman thing. It ain't about the man, whatever he wants. It's going to be about the woman and what she want to be taken to, even though he paying. Okay, anyway. So with that being said, we want to start the conversation off by saying, hey, let's go around the table. What do you think about the infamous restaurant list, the skit, the worth of, whether you're going to take me here, whether you're going to take me there? What do you guys think? And I can start off with anybody. Pandora, you like the most likely subject right now, candidate to start it off. So we're going to start it off with you. What do you think?
I would have left her right there. Yes.
Speaking to the mic, what you say?
I would have left her right there.
You would have left her right there.
Yes,
Now,
I
why?
would have.
Why you would have left her right there?
Because I took the time. It's not like he asked her. Some men don't take the initiative to actually, take the lady out. They always ask, "Where do you want to go?" He didn't ask. He took her. Cheesecake Factory is nice. She must have never went. So I would have left her right there, especially if I'm paying. He probably drove her, right?
Yeah,
yes.
he did.
So it was his gas, his time, right? His
Right.
time. So I would have said, "Look at me." Right?
Oh wow, yeah, that's an interesting take.
That's just crazy that she gonna put that on where he take her instead of who he are.
Yeah.
So that was crazy.
Okay, Ken, you seemed like you was bubbling over there. What you got?
Man, I'm gonna tell you now. She would have been walking back home. I'm serious. She would have been walking back home. And the funniest part about it all is, once social media gets a hold of something, social media will run it smooth out. And the list has now evolved to some of every kind of list and priority. Now even men have lists of what, we are not going to do. But I mean, just going back to the basic of what this whole conversation has started is like, what's your value? Like it's almost like I'm going to say it. A gold digger. Gold digger. Yes, that's what I'm going to say. She take my money when I'm in need.
So you think women are, so let me ask you a question. I got a whole right there.
I am.
So you're saying that women who,
if the woman says that her standard is so far out there, and I mean, come on, man, Cheesecake Factory, that's a little bill, I mean, it's not like going to Ruth Chris, okay? It's not like going to Nouveau or something like that. But it's a step up from Applebee's, I would say, So I'm thinking to myself, like, if that's a red flag for me, if I'm telling you, hey, here it is, like Pandora said, I'm spending my gas, I'm taking my time, I've chose the place, you still telling me that your standard is just higher than that, run.
So you telling me, and I know I'm gonna get to Janine, but you telling me that a woman who you chose,
I chose,
and you thought it was a nice place, and she doesn't like that place. You saying, and she's doing all what that video said. You saying that basically she's a gold digger.
Yep. I said it. Yes.
All
Send all comments to me.
All right.
At me.
Janine, what you say on that? Yikes.
So this whole gold digger thing, that's a typical male response. But we're going to put a pin in that. So this whole list came about from one woman, and not the majority of women do not think like that one woman. But because that one woman in that skit thought that way, now we're all gold diggers. Me personally, I do not care for Cheesecake Factory. I've been eating Cheesecake Factory since my early 20s, and that's decades ago. So for me, the food is okay. It's not all that great. You can take me to Waffle House, and I'm all right. I'm not going to do Applebee's,
like Waffle House
though.
before cheesecake.
I mean, honestly, I would do if you gave me a choice between the two. And my sister and I had this conversation a couple of days ago. Usually when there's a Cheesecake Factory, there's a Maggiano's. I would go to Maggiano's before I would go to Cheesecake. I would go any place else before I would go to Cheesecake Factory, not because of the price point. I just don't care for the food. I'll get a cheesecake though. But not every woman is a gold digger, sir. And only the women who look like how she looked would make a statement as such. Don't take me in here, because she knows she cannot afford to go anyplace else. So if I can get me a $300 meal, that's what I'm going to do. But not every woman is a gold digger.
But what is a gold digger?
I said, if in that particular way, if she's exhibiting those type of behaviors, that she is a gold digger. Now, I'm not saying that if a woman says, hey, look, I appreciate you taking me over here. I really don't care for Cheesecake Factory. Is there someplace else we can go? That's a different way of doing it. Like you said, but it's about the approach. It's about her visceral reaction to it.
And I understand that. But again, because it went so viral, and you said direct all comments to you. So y'all can direct all comments to me. Because it went so viral, y'all men equate that to pretty much every single woman.
When I'm looking in the comments after that skit and I'm seeing these women agreeing, it starts to feel like, well, this is not just a bubble of one person.
Yeah, so let me go through a little bit of the restaurants that were on this list after that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we got Cheesecake Factory. Applebee's.
No Applebee's.
Wait. Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies, Your House. Now, I understand about Your House. Like, everybody ain't going to go to houses. All right. Any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Red Lobster. I thought Beyonce said Red Lobster was all right. What? We just ain't doing Red Lobster. Okay. Wow. A buffet, IHOP, Denny's, the gym, don't go to church, Starbucks, coffee dates, ice cream dates, family functions, movie nights, somewhere, I don't know, bowling, nightclub. They're saying any of these places. Now, I'm not saying everybody agreed with that, because Waffle House, I know a lot of women. I asked them. A lot of women love Waffle House for whatever reason. Y'all love Waffle House.
I don't know what.
You can pass.
I can pass.
So a lot of women like Waffle House. I've seen a lot of women say they like Olive Garden.
I'm gonna just say, if a woman like the Waffle House like that, boy, y'all used to dating thugs.
I don't know.
Go to the corner.
But
go to the corner.
I see, and some of them say no to movies because, like, as a first date thing, because you don't have a lot of talk time. You gotta watch a movie. So anytime that you alleviate the talk time, then it's probably gonna be a no-go. But some of these other things, I'm thinking about, Olive Garden, Chili's, some of these other places that seem like in a price, and I'm gonna get there in a certain price point, right? In a certain price point, why is it not acceptable? Why do we equate where we go to my worth?
And quick question: who made that list?
Some little young girl that don't know no better.
Might not even be a girl. It might be for social media's sake, but still, there's a lot of agreement to that list.
Who made the list? A woman.
Bottom line, sir, when y'all are used to dealing with these little bottom feeding chicks, that's what you get. A woman of worth will never. Will never. Look, let me tell you something. If ask me out on a date.
No, never would.
Ask me out on a date.
Would you like to go out on a date?
Okay.
Where would you like to go?
It's totally up to you. I'm in your hands. I'm trusting you to do right by me.
So times.
Okay, me time. Cut and skit.
I know this. I try not to place myself in certain things because I try to make sure that, because I know I'm a little niche. I'm a foodie, so I go looking for the little mom and pop places that's not on the map. But that don't mean, that the price point is probably gonna be the same as some of these other price points. So if we're talking about price point, then I think we're missing, when you say you're in my hands, I think we're missing it. If I go spend, because if none of these are on there, if we get 2 meals, appetizer, dessert, probably some of these places are going to cost you about $70, $80 with the tip, maybe close to $100. Most of these places, you get 2 meals, about $100, maybe more than that. What you're saying is, I don't want to do $100 for my first date. I want to do maybe $150, $200. That means about $75 to $80 a plate, whatever the case may be. And then you're saying, because I'm worth it. Well, that's exactly what it said. I'm worth it. I'm not disagreeing that somebody, listen, if a man who's in love, because I ain't in love with your ass yet.
Nah.
I'm just trying to figure your ass out.
Yeah.
So a man who's in love, maybe we done took a few steps. Yeah, on our anniversary or on special, just random times. Yeah, you may be able to get that. Tell me, but if we're talking about first date, because you remember y'all got that rule now, date everybody too, because we're gonna talk about that. So when a man dates everybody, the women usually don't have to pay. Usually. I'm not saying there's not women who don't pay. Praise God to the ones who do. But for dating, usually it's the man that puts out his money after his work, because he worked for it and he putting out his money. If we gonna date them all just to see who the hell y'all are, if I got 4 dates, I'm not spending $200 per date just to find out who the hell you are. I can do that on the phone. I don't need to know that. We can go to the park. We can go to the library. We can go, you know what I'm saying? We can walk down the street.
Let me make sure you can read first.
You know what I'm saying? What we're not going to do is we're not going to say what's in my pocket. And if it's like 200 plus, and I know what people are going to say on this, broke niggas stay at home. Well, everybody ain't broke. We're smart. Right. All right? I'm intelligent. You know why? Because if I go all out on you the first date, you're going to continue to think that I should go all out on you on every time after that.
Well, here's the question, though. And ladies, answer this. Do you feel that sometimes a man's interest in you can be equated to how much he invests in you monetarily?
Oh, absolutely. They'll say, yeah, but
I'm going to have to sit this one out because I came up in a completely different era. Going to the movies with someone, that's an intimate thing, because even though you're not speaking verbally, you can touch a hand, you can rub a thigh, it's so much more on an intimate. So I'm gonna have to sit this one out because all of this, I didn't grow up like this. This is not what we do. If we're going out to dinner, then we're going out to dinner. Olive Garden was a good thing. California Dreaming was a good thing.
That's the same
Red
point.
Lobster. And I still go to Red Lobster. Red Lobster and them Cheddar Bay biscuits be bussin'. So I'm just saying, I'm going to have to sit this one out because I know my worth. And my worth does not equate to nor include a restaurant where dinner is $200 and $300. And I love to eat. I am a foodie. That's what I do. I don't go to clubs. I eat. So I'm not that whole. I'm okay. Yeah. I'm sitting with
no, you are not getting out of this. With you. I mean, we're not. You are back into it because my question was: as a woman, do you feel that a man leading with his wallet, as has been said before, that a man should lead with his wallet?
Because that's about security and all this other stuff like that.
That's how I was raised.
But what I'm saying is, does that equate to you? His interest, does his interest in you, is that equaling how much he's spending?
No, it's not. I mean, because they are men.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
It's not that, because they may do that to get what they want, which is what they want. Yeah, but then after that, and if they want, they got it. That's it. I mean, it's not the price tag. That's not what interests a man. Because, hey, I've spent $200 on her, so that's what's going. No, it's not that.
Shannon Sharp said something real quick that said this. He went on a date with a young lady, and she said she was going to order lobster. He said, "Oh, if you order that, we definitely going to do something at the end of the night." That's what he said. He said, "You order that, we doing something at the end of the night." That's crazy. But I mean, going back to what you just said,
if he had to say that, then I would say, "Well, I'll pay for my own."
Period.
You ain't getting it.
Period. But see, that's the thing,
they
though.
think that. I mean, why would you think that because you paying something, then you gonna get something? Because we decided to go to this meal together, so you should have your money right, whether you getting it or not.
Going back to his question, do you equate the money that he's giving, the investments? Because if it's an investment, if I say. So if we go to I'm gonna ask you, if we go to a $50 investment, I mean 25 per plate, 2 for $50.
Yes, sir.
I might do that 2 for 20. 2 for $50. All right. You're saying I don't know about that. If I do 2 for $20, if I go out for 2 for see, them niggas like they getting up right there. If I say 2 for $20,
you better bring that down.
2 for $20. You okay with 2 for $20?
I'm okay with 2 for $20.
Well, let's turn the attention to this one right here. Are you okay with 2 for $20?
Of course.
There's something else with that.
Let me tell you something. Let me answer. Let me answer your question. Let me answer your question. What y'all men eventually want, it's not worth no $200 meal.
What do we want?
Y'all want some sex. Y'all want to stick y'all little pee-pee in my stuff.
So you mean to tell me
that's what the invest. But see, your question, that's the investment. The investment. What are you investing for? When you invest, you expect a return, right? Am I right? So what's the return?
But if the return don't have to be sex, though.
But that's what it is. See, y'all always want to call a woman a gold digger, but let's talk about y'all men. Everything is always sexual. It's never not. It's sexual. That's what y'all want. That's why y'all are investing all of this money. So you can take me to a $300 meal. I'm going to meet you at the restaurant because my cookies is worth way more than $300.
Okay.
And that little $300 meal ain't going to get it.
But let's go flip it back to what the original thought was.
What's the original thought?
The original thought is you women, at times, not everybody, some, are saying, look at me. That's what she said. Excuse me. That's what she said in the video. Excuse me. She said, look at me. As to say, my money is not, where I'm taking you is not enough. You should value me more at a different place. Your investment don't need to be down here because I look. So I feel. So the thing is, when self-perception, because listen, I ask 100 women, rate yourself 1 to 10. They're going to say 10. Everybody going to say 10. I say compared to who? Because if we're going to, everybody going to say 10. But my point is, everybody thinks of themselves highly.
You should.
And I'm not saying you shouldn't, but everybody going to think of themselves as a 10. A lot of women do. So I'm not saying every woman, and we know this, every woman ain't talking about this list is a definitive list for you. We understand that there's some women who don't care about this list. They'll go to every place on this list.
Exactly.
But for the ones who don't want to go to some of these places and say, hey, I don't know about that. What are we saying about when you talking about our investment? Is our investment, and when I say the 2 for $20, that's real, right?
That's real
talk.
talk.
And you say yes, but you may be, and I know you may say yes. And if I put 10 women in front of me right now that have any worth, just like you guys have any worth, most of them jokers are going to be like, yeah,
I
don't know about no chilies for no first date.
I call bullshit on both of y'all. I call bullshit on both of y'all.
Let's go.
Because you going to tell me that you as women have never sat here and said, this is a cheap ass nigga here.
No, because because I actually have asked whether he wanted to go to Burger King because I saw that's what he liked. Long as it's something that I can eat off the list, I'm good.
Okay, so let's take food off of the equation. Okay, in just an ideology of you thinking about a man, you've never said to yourself, "This is a cheap ass nigga."
Of course.
Thank you.
But
thank you.
But he was a cheap ass nigga because he wasn't matching me. Like, you cannot expect me to give 95% and you only give 1%.
You ain't gave nothing because you ain't paid for nothing on the date, but just showed up looking like you looking. What you gave out your mouth? What you gave? You talking about you gave 90? I gave 99. I gave 99.
I take mine out of town.
We ain't talking about what we talk about the scenario.
The scenario. I take them out to dinner.
The scenario was he is going out on a date and he asking you out.
But if he asks me out, no. But see, that's the thing. I don't date. Like, I really don't date because y'all. Can I? Y'all niggers are full of shit. What you say with the hard ends? Because
she had to get the
because some of y'all are niggers and not niggas. Let's be 100% clear. Y'all got this warped mentality that all women are supposed to be the way that y'all see them on social media and TV. Y'all think that all women are the same, so y'all talk to each woman the same exact way.
Now, not
even understanding that you could be talking to that good girl that will hold you down from now until the end of time.
Look,
no.
First of all, I was looking for Claire Huxtable. That's what I was looking for. I grew up in that era. I was looking for Claire.
And you got Shanae from Martin.
Lord Jesus.
Hey man, let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
Hey, so what we talking about here?
Lord Jesus.
So
God.
Hey man. So what I was saying is, yo, that was a little below the belt.
That was a little god dog.
Go in timeout for a second. I ain't messing with you right now. But what I'm saying is, I do believe that a lot of women say, hey, if I'm worth it, if you see me being worth it, then take me to appropriate places that you deem. So I feel special. So take me to special places.
So what if that was?
I know what you're saying.
Special place.
You know what, Pandora? Let me tell you.
So I mean, it's not
different.
like you said. You don't like Cheesecake Factory, but the thing is, he took the initiative to take you there. I don't care whether I don't like it. Guess what? I'm gonna find something on that menu to eat. Whether it's a salad, I'm gonna find something, and then as we go through the conversation, or he learned us, he will know later on. Hey. Conversation come up
because it's the first date.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. Yeah. I mean, so why bash the man for trying? Why bash a man for trying?
But it's the source, though, right? When she said, "Look at me," I said, "Look at you." You need to be in Apple. Matter of fact, you don't even need to be in Applebee's. You need to be at Rush's or God, Wendy's 4 for $4. Like. No.
Hey, let me tell you something. I said this to somebody today, right? I said, you got to watch who you sleep with and who you entertain, because you might be leveling them up in their own heads. when they don't need to be leveled up. They ain't attained emotional. They ain't attained certain things. They didn't went through they just skipping levels. You got to watch who you see. You understand what I'm saying? Like some people skip levels when they really ain't worth that. Like women, y'all got to watch that too, of how you hype up men or how you give attention to certain men, because certain men ain't worth you doing that. But once you do that, I done seen men back in the day let somebody hype them up and they totally changed. I'm talking about their whole demeanor changed because certain women hype their head up.
Yeah, like you had at the movie Two Can Play That Game.
Yeah.
And Raquel Robinson, her character, she was dating Bobby Brown. She found, she found Bobby Brown. He was fixing cars, right? He had the Jerry curl, but she upgraded him. She hit that Beyonce on him. She let me upgrade you, right? And she done got his hair cut and his teeth straightened out. He didn't have the buck teeth no more. Had good clothes. And now all of a sudden, because he hadn't done the work himself, someone did it for him. His head just went through the roof. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I think that's a trap, not just for men, but also for women because you have a lot of women who are out here who are very successful, very intelligent, and they are looking, just like you said, Janine, they are looking for someone, at least, I can at least feel like I'm on the same level.
Right.
We may have our differences here or there, but at least I feel like I'm not dumbing myself down in order to have this conversation or to even have communication with you. Because, I mean, come on now. Let's just be honest. Everybody done been around somebody that we, was kind of interested in. And then once they said about 3 sentences, we was like, oh, no.
Yeah, you got if you can't talk right, this dude won't even look at you.
Oh, don't do that. Oh, she said that.
You might be good in the bedroom, but are you good in the boardroom? Okay.
But I mean, that's the trap for all of us, right?
That's real.
That's really the trap for all of us. I mean, you're trying to find, you're sifting through like fool's gold.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you're sifting through fool's gold. I don't know if it's real until I test it. It looks good, but I gotta put it to the test. But what I'm saying is with these lists, like some people aren't even willing enough to even get to the point to even put anything to a test.
Right.
Because they have this idea of a standard, and I don't know where this is coming from. Why this idea of these standards have to be so high now?
It's insecure people though, right? If you need somebody else to tell you where you should or should not go, how secure are you within yourself? You don't even trust yourself if you're allowing somebody else to come in and dictate where you should go and where you shouldn't go. I'm a homebody who loves to eat. So I'm fine with if, on the first date, we go grab something, I'll meet you there. But as we get to know each other, won't you just go grab something and let's cop a squat in the living room on the floor and watch?
Absolutely.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like insecure people who don't know who they are need other people like that list to tell them where they should and should not go, what they should or should not be doing.
You remember what I said about you got to watch who you allow to boost your head up and stuff like that? It's because I think that we see at large, you have people who are willing to put out money and to buy sections and to do pop the bottles and do all that stuff. So if a person I remember one time there was this show that's on Instagram, and that she I think it's Kendra. She actually goes and starts talking about different people and their expectations, right? Their expectations, and some of them, they don't make a certain amount, but they want a certain amount of their man to make that, right? And it's like, so I asked myself, well, when you said about the commonalities, where's our commonality? And then some men say, well, I don't care what she makes. I'm just going to take care of her. And that's good. But I always tell people, you got to expect some toxic masculinity if he's taking care of everything. And some people say, no, you're going to expect his word is going to be the last word. And that's what it's going, like, I'm serious. If he's taking care of absolutely everything and you ain't working and your whole being is off this one man, you're going to have to expect some toxic masculinity from that man.
Man, look, Lisa Ray, I just saw this on Instagram today. They said Lisa Ray came out with some interview saying that she will not talk to a man if he cannot pay all of her bills.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
You saw that?
I saw that.
And this is the type of mentality that jumps out there from someone who is in a different environment, let's just say, right? They're in a different environment. They're not the average person every day walking these streets, but they see this person and they have this word out there that says, hey, this is my standard. I'm not gonna date a guy who can't pay all my bills, and you get all the regular women just jumping on the bandwagons. Oh, girl, that's right. If you don't sit your ass down,
well, maybe you can look at it different, and maybe she wants to say that he's able to pay all her bills if needed, right? If needed, right? So she probably want to be with a man
I'm glad that you're giving her a pass. I don't think it's a pass. I don't mind. See, I don't mind when women say certain things. I don't. I think when we talk about, and this is a great segue to talk about expectations within getting to meet somebody and getting to know somebody. If my expectation of you, without knowing what really is in your pocket, first of all, let me pause for a second. Do we know, and I talked about this in that black women are the fastest growing group in all ethnicities to gain the most money. In fact, in some places, black women make more money than on the average of black men. I got statistics behind that.
We have no choice.
I ain't talking about choice. I'm talking about what is. I ain't talking about choice. I'm talking about you guys going out and getting it. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. If you say you got no choice, that sometimes that seems like they'll lose to there's something wrong with that model. I'll say there's nothing wrong with that model if a woman wants to go out there and get her own stuff. That's cool. What I'm saying is it's a fast black women graduate, I think, almost twice or three times the rate of college as black men. Therefore, if you graduate, you probably get more money than black. So you got a growing that's already there that we're making almost similar amount of money. It ain't no $100,000. Everybody making around the same amount of money. But the pressure on the black man after seeing something like that, somebody say that, and somebody say, yeah, that's right. You can't compare somebody who don't scam to somebody who working an honest, decent job who ain't gonna be inside the jail. You can't compare the same thing. We comparing somebody. You can't compare. Watch this. You can't compare somebody who spent 30 years in the military and now got 100% check and somebody who's along the way that haven't gone in the military. Just he's chugging. You can't. I think we compare apples with. Well, I want to be taken care of. Well, where is this man at for you to be taken care of?
This man jumping out there like Donald Trump, boy. All his assets is just on
and it's
paper.
Fine. I'm just saying when we talk about getting to know somebody on a first date and trying to converse with them and find out who they are, I do think, and I don't talk about money ain't really a factor. It's really about why do we put an emphasis? Because the man ain't in that video. He didn't put an emphasis on the money. She did.
He wasn't black though.
He what?
He was not a black man.
Yeah, but he was of color. He was somebody who, he was.
So you're trying to say that if this was a black man in that situation,
she would have got left.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree
period.
with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. Okay.
It depends. But I would say, I think that why is it a factor as to, and if I hear a woman say, let the big dogs do this and, you ain't got, I'm just saying, why is it a factor when we could be building on so many other things and on so many other levels? Because when you take off when you take off all that makeup, do you look the same? Am I getting a real product? Because you get my real money, am I getting a real product?
But when see you.
Am I getting a real product?
But see, the problem is that you knew she had a face full of makeup when you met her and when you talk to her and when you see her. So you already know you're not. But no. Y'all know when a woman got a face full of makeup and when she don't. Okay, so we're not even gonna go there. That's what y'all want. Y'all want these women with these made up faces, with these fake boobs, with these fake butts.
They want the real, but cheat with them.
Come on.
You want the real, but y'all cheat with the.
We cheat with the real one?
No, y'all
who
want.
We cheat with?
Y'all say y'all want the real ones,
Okay.
but then when y'all cheat, y'all go to the ones with the makeup.
Oh, when we cheat.
Yes.
But so do y'all really know what y'all want?
I don't know if we cheat with the real. I think what some of them jokers cheat with anybody who can give that. That's why y'all be looking at you cheated with this one. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Fellas, if you gonna cheat up.
Yes.
Cheat up.
Cheat up, fellas.
But y'all don't though.
Cheat down the wilderness.
I'd be like, oh my God, you with the river rats? And you think I'm gonna come behind that? No, sir.
A mud fox.
Huh. Alley cat.
No, but seriously, it's like it's one of those things where every time you start looking at people's expectations, and
that's what I'm dealing with,
and really the way that we value ourselves sometimes is going to be the issue. You know, just like you were saying, how a man may, you know, he sees these women jumping on the bandwagon, not really understanding, you know, okay, this is just a market this is just a small niche right here. This is just a small snippet of what some people may be thinking. And most people, when they're on social media, aren't really telling the truth anyway. Right. But, you know, you get a fella who's looking at that, and then he says to himself, oh man, I got to be that guy. I got to be that guy in order to.
Because women don't look at, we talking about good guys finish last. Women don't really look. They really don't. Y'all, I'm telling y'all really don't look at the one who over there in the corner who really ain't got that it factor.
I'm going to tell you, for black men. For black men.
Man, I'm telling you, man.
The way that we have had to pull ourselves up, because one thing I will give black women, you have supported you all, you support each other. I would definitely say that. Black women, you guys support each other. You guys will pull each other up. Hey, sister, you know, this, that, and the third. Most of the time. And I really, well, you know, some. I will try to be the optimistic person on this one and just say that majority of the time, black women, you guys can really coalesce together and you know, work in unity. I see that in
black men more than black women, but that's my opinion.
But anyway, what a lot of things for black men, we're left out there struggling to get the acknowledgement. We're struggling to get the oh man, I see you, brother. I see you trying. I see you trying to do your thing, man. You're coming up, man. Hey, keep pushing. A lot of times, most black men don't know or have felt the experience of being supported emotionally. So we have these gaps. You have a lot of, especially the younger black men, they have these gaps in understanding what does it take to really know yourself and be happy with yourself. So they'll look at this thing and they'll be like, hey, so that means, oh, I got to buy a table. I got to buy this. I got to buy a whole bottle for my boys when we go out, knowing that your rent due, knowing that your lights, you know what I'm saying? Not prioritizing, but they want to have the image, you know, I mean, it's all a part of that. And then when you add in the factor that men want to impress women,
correct. Absolutely.
That's just our nature. That's what we do.
I'm rolling my eyes.
You can roll them all you want to.
Where's the violin?
Because you know, men, that is just ingrained in us. We want to impress a woman. We have this alpha thing in us. We want to be separated from the pack.
But y'all set yourself up for that because you choose the woman that you want to impress.
Thank you.
So if you look at this woman, woman, and if that's the woman that you know that carrying the Chanel bag, the red bottom shoes, why, if you know that you're not at that level, go after that? Why would you even set yourself up for that?
You got something
but let me ask this question though, because I heard all of that. Why is it that the good girl always finishes last? Because you want what she just said. You see all of this and you're like, oh my God, and you know you can't get her, and then you got.
I'm gonna answer this.
Then you got little. Then
you know what? This supposed to be on both sides, because the good girl don't got no damn personality. And watch this. She ain't got no personality.
Who don't have no personality? Who don't have no personality?
But the good guy probably don't either. That's what I'm trying to say.
But that don't have nothing to do with it.
It does. It got a lot to do with it.
I got every ex that I had will definitely come back to me because they realized who I was once they.
But what I'm saying is,
no, hell no.
Who were you before though?
I'm sorry, that was so funny.
They just almost like we back in junior high school or something.
No, it was funny. No. Let me recant that. Good girls do have personality. But what can I say this? Provocative personalities. Sometimes good girls don't have that emanating off of them. I want to say provocative because the one who's hear me out. When I say provocative, that doesn't mean sexual. It means attractive. Like something that points me your way. Like if you step in the room, good girl, they just want to, I don't need to be seen. So I don't need to be doing this. But then another one, like, hey man, that woman right there, she got something about her.
No.
It's something.
Because a good girl a good girl doesn't have to have a specific look in order to be a good girl.
I ain't say that. I'm just saying provocative personality. I ain't saying nothing about the look.
But what's a provocative personality? That's what I'm trying.
One that strikes attractiveness.
Okay, so you want to say junior high?
Y'all got them little piss.
You said junior high. Let's take it back to junior high. Let me set this record straight.
6th grade.
And let me show you how the cycle started. Okay, you in junior high. You see what I'm saying? You got the one girl who's the cutie of the school, right? And you see all the fellas want to talk to the cutie, right?
Go ahead.
The alpha man, the young alpha in me says, I gotta join the hunt. I don't know nothing about a damn hunt, but I got to join the hunt. We got to go for it. You know, now I go ahead and I start getting with this young, tenderoni, as we used to call him back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And she the one who, started me on the dark path because she was nothing. She had no substance. We didn't know it. Our bad.
You stayed.
But, exactly.
Because he wanted to be the top dog.
Exactly.
Period.
So that's
We
what.
agree.
See,
I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
Right,
This is a cycle. This is a cycle, right? So now here I am. I'm a little bitter. You know what I'm saying? You know, all y'all women is hoes and all that. You're gonna hear that, right? Now here's the good girl. And now she sees this guy. He's a little broken, right? So she tries to give this guy a chance, and everything. And he's a little, bitter. So he go out, get the good girl, but he start cheating. You know what I'm saying? Now the good girl gonna turn bad.
Correct.
It turns into a cycle.
Yep.
And then now here it is, you in your 40s,
now
looking at
the good girl who used to be, she now bad, who would say, got bad tendencies, like,
right.
Hey, I'm living my life.
Right.
I'm gonna date them all.
Right. Yeah. So now you got you 35 and
I'm
plus.
gonna date them all.
You 35 plus.
I'm gonna get everything that I want.
Let me tell you something. I am single until I'm not.
What does that mean?
That means that if I want to date everybody, I'm going to date everybody because who's going to check me? Boo.
So can a man do that too?
I don't give a flip what he do.
Okay.
I mean, as long as there's honesty.
Thank you.
As long as there's honesty.
You mean to tell
Oh
me?
man,
y'all call BS. Y'all call BS. You know why I call BS? As long as they're honesty. So, wait. Can I say this? She said, as long as they're honesty, you can date them all.
Oh, so
you
you're
mean
player.
to tell me if you were dating person A, going out on consistent dates. I ain't saying you're with them. You're just going out consistent. You're getting to know them. But you got 3 other guys to the side. You're getting to know them too. You're going to tell person A, hey, by the way, I'm dating 3 other guys besides you.
And what you gonna do? Look, it's your choice to stay. I'm single until I'm not. I'm grown. I'm single until I'm not. So if you want to know who else I'm talking to,
about she said she will tell that that I'm dating 3 other guys. I may be sleeping with one. I ain't sleeping with all of them. I'm sleeping with one over here, but it's not you.
And period.
So you're telling me you want honesty. You want them to tell you that they're dating other people at the same time that they're dating you. You want them to verbalize that I'm saying that.
If you're dating, you're dating. I mean, you know that it could be other people. If I'm on the phone with somebody, hey, or if they ask, like I have people ask now, no, I'm not dating anyone, but if I do decide to, I will let you know. What's wrong with that?
They can't handle it.
No, when I'm talking about dating, wait. So let's define. Wait, it's not about that.
What can we handle?
So we need to ask a question real quick. I know we got a few more minutes, but we need to ask a question. Dating, is it just going out on dates, getting to know, or are we in a semi-committed relationship, dating? Because what you described just now, what you described just now was, okay, I'm in this relationship. I'm dating somebody, like I'm involved with somebody. Because that word be flipping around. But that word say date them all. That means I'm just going out. These niggas taking me out on all these dates. And I like it. Versus I am invested into this one. And because this one now is primary, I'm going to make sure the other ones know about this one. Now I can see that. Right. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the other one. So you telling me if I'm dating 4 or 5 people at the same time, no commitment, I'm just finding out who you are, what you got going on, You know, all this stuff. If I do it in my own time and I like my pace of what I'm doing, you mean to tell me you're going to tell one of them, I'm dating these other 4 men at the same time? In fact, this is his name, since we're being honest.
Ask me what I'm doing tonight. I'm going out.
Hey, y'all. Let me tell you about this.
Ask me what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah. So,
okay. So
I'm asking you, you talk about being transparent. What I'm saying is people don't want to be rejected, therefore they're not transparent.
Thank you. That's human nature. That is human nature.
You don't want to lose what you already done gained.
Thank you.
So you're not going to be all up front and say that all that.
That's not everybody, though.
If you're feeling the person, I can see you not saying that because you don't want to lose that person.
And there's certain part of those people that you mean, I like that. Let me keep finding out. But I'm not going to tell that one that I'm dating all these other ones and you lose what you got.
And you mean to tell me if we reverse this conversation and it was the guy who was telling you this?
Well, y'all already do it all. This is what they're going to say. Y'all do it anyway. No.
Okay, so
the first assumption is going to be we humping all up.
No. True story. True story. This dude A, okay, I like you. I want to talk to you. But I am talking to somebody else. Okay, fine. Thank you. You let me know up front. So now it's my decision on whether I want to continue to talk to you or not. Hold on. Because if anything else happens, I cannot throw up in your face the fact that you're now dealing with somebody else.
Correct.
Okay, Janine. You know, okay, well, what are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm going out with a friend. What? You going out with who? Well, don't you got little Becky Sue over here? What is you mad with me for? Because I'm doing the same thing that you're doing.
I know why he might be mad. If you gave him the cookies. I ain't say
did not give him the cookies. No cookies given.
Invested time. See,
but he's not only investing time in me, he's investing time in someone else, and I respect that.
No, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about him.
So it's okay for him to invest time.
It's okay, but
I'm just saying though,
the spotlight is on you.
But me and you ask me, and I'm going to tell you. Okay. What are you doing? I'm going out on a date. If that's what you want to do, rah. What is you crying for?
Because maybe he want to go out on a date with you.
But I mean, we have. I'll meet you there. Get a little church hug on the way out.
You don't want him. Get rid of him.
But we're getting to know. But see, we're getting to know each other.
You don't want him. Give him that side hug.
Yeah. But we're getting to know each other. We're getting to know each other.
Get rid of him.
We're getting to know each other.
You'll know when he show up. And he ain't showing up yet. That's why you still see. Once the man show up, all the other ones don't even matter.
But you know what? It's all about consistency for me though.
Watch this. You dealing with a bunch of underlings.
No.
A bunch of underlings that you just can manipulate.
No.
And you can be like, oh man, I like that. Because when the man show up.
What you will not do is put me out there like that. What you will not do is put me out there like that. Because if I go out on a date with you, you have to be worth something. If I can manipulate you, I don't want you. There's no fun in that.
There are not a lot of women.
Again, if I date you, that means that you are worth a little bit. It might not be a whole lot, but what I will not do is date someone that I can manipulate. If we're getting to know each other and the truth is told out the gate, then this is what it is.
No, you got her fired.
No, that's good. I love it.
Because he's trying to sit up here and trying to put me out there like that. No, sir. I'm grown. I own everything that I do. If I decide to do it, then I'm doing it. But what you will not do, I don't date bums, busters.
Oh, no. I don't date bums.
No. But I'm single until I'm not, which means that if you're not willing to step up and do whatever you need to do to make me yours.
Watch this. But that's what I'm saying. You got to hear me, Janine, on this. Watch this.
Be respectful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always gonna be respectful, but I'm gonna be a provocative too, because this is my damn show. But it's one. But number two, I'm gonna say this. When the one, I've heard this a lot, not just from women, from men too. I heard this a lot. I'm single until, and I agree. Listen, let me just tell you, I agree with that notion. But what I don't understand, and maybe you can help me understand, maybe you guys can help me understand, is when one of them steps it up to show, watch this, they don't know they're in a competition. There you go. Some of them do. Wait. So you said they do. They're in a competition. But where do they rank in that competition? They don't know.
Not only that, but what is this step up? That is like you are giving me the golden egg that I'm supposed to.
But I don't know what the
what is the golden egg?
I done seen people say I done took you out. I done had so serious conversations. I done had this. But then if another man doing the same exact thing, then does that man do something else to turn the corner a little bit more?
Right.
I gotta pull up and do. Listen, I got these balloons. Oh, you did this for my room, and what thing does he have to do to be a little bit more? See, that's what I'm talking about. It's about. I just want to understand. It's not if they're not duds, right?
Right.
So, Janine, y'all don't F with duds, okay, guys? Number one. Okay. Number two. If they're not duds and all of them are on a level that you deem worthy for them to even take you out and to even entertain, right?
There we go.
Then
All
of them. If you say I got 3 of them, I'm just putting that number out there. Just say I got 3 people that are worthy enough for me to entertain. What is something? Say for instance, all of them get 6 months.
Ooh, good.
6 months. Every single one of them's got 6 months. Some of them probably got more. But let's just say all of them got 6 months.
Like a temp agency.
Right? What I find, that's funny. What I find is that if I'm comfortable,
okay,
I might not move to let them know whatever. But if one of them, I hope that one of them turns it into, but what if you say for you, I'm not ready to be, like if you were married before and you say, it's going to take a little extra for me to be married again.
But what is the
extra?
I'm
not getting married again. And that's the very first conversation. But that's the very first conversation.
What's your goal for dating?
Well, marriage.
Okay.
What do you think a lot of women's goal for dating if they're going to date?
Convenience.
Ooh. Janine, come on. Janine, now you got to answer that.
Oh, well, I got to answer that though,
because that.
But we're in different places right now, right? So
but I
do not want to be married again. If I'm dating, okay, if we're communicating and we're communicating on a regular
person,
I'm looking for my person. I don't need anybody else to define what I have with him, but. Okay. If we're communicating and I meet people, like I said, I'm single until I'm not. And if that first,
who determines that you or them?
It's a conversation, okay. But I'm open and honest enough to say that. So definitely, when you meet somebody and you see somebody, in order for y'all to exchange anything, there has to be an attraction. Right. So that's where it starts. And you said it a while ago. 3 sentences in, I'd be like, "Oh my God, what did I do? Okay, this is really not gonna work for me. I'm not her for you." And I say that, like, right. I know that I'm not your her, because I can see that. I'm not even gonna waste your time. I don't even want you to waste mine.
I appreciate
you
that.
Don't need to take me out on a date, because it's not now, not
most women, can I say
anywhere.
this? Most women won't even do that.
And I agree with that. And I agree with that. But
don't take no gifts.
But again, I don't. But see, but that's the thing, though. For me, I don't need anybody to do anything for me, that because I can do it for myself. So you come into, but this is what happens. Y'all men come bearing gifts, and when I be like, I don't. That's not what I'm about. What you mean? Anyway. What you mean? No, I'm not good enough to. No, I can do all of these things for myself. Right. I'm comfortable enough with me to take myself to dinner, for number one, and I can go wherever I want to go. Right. If I feel like traveling, I can travel myself. I do travel myself. I do a lot of things because I can do it for myself. So I don't need you to help me build my table. My table is already built. What I need you to do is come and help me set this table, and we can break bread together. I don't need you to bring the bread. We can bake the bread together.
Right.
But But y'all be dealing with these little crumb chasers and wanna put most women in the category of these women that y'all choose. It is not my fault you chose the heifer that has to go beside this list that everybody is talking about. Right. It is not my fault that you chose the hoe. It really isn't.
I didn't know she was gonna say hoe, but anyway, keep going. You got it, man. And we got
Sorry.
we got
Just
like
stick the knife in. Just stick the knife in.
Yeah.
Oh God. Ooh, Father. Flashback. All right. Now,
See?
the only thing I'm trying to say is where we are currently at in this climate, it just keeps feeling like the goalpost keeps moving.
for both parties.
On
men
both,
and
on
women.
both sides. On both sides.
Seem like it keep moving.
The
And
goalpost
I agree with that.
and it is not that it's an unhealthy thing, because I think as you continue to evolve and you continue to do self-work, self-evaluation, your goalpost should move.
Right.
It has to move. Because if I'm growing, I'm not expecting the same thing.
Right.
But once again, the problem runs into, like you were saying, David, when people are trying to jump levels without the work, and then they set expectations not according to what they've already earned themselves to get there. So here it is, you're telling me that I've got to step it up. Heifer, what you do?
Yeah.
I don't see you stepping up in any way, shape, or form to make yourself any
Ken, when they
different.
said, what do you bring? And I know women hate this. Some women don't care about this, but a lot of women I know hate this. When a man said, "What do you bring to the table?" And they were like, "Well, I am the table." But what does that mean? I guess that's what I mean. What does that mean as a woman, or from a woman to a man, that I am the table? I mean, you could be all woman, like Whitney Houston and Shaka Khan say, but I want to know what do you mean by you saying? Because just saying it is not enough.
We look for specifics, ladies. As men, we like specifics. We like specificity. We like you to outline.
Can I say something to that?
But
Not all men.
But
No, because some men just want a woman to live off them.
but
Some men, they do. I ain't gonna hold you.
But-
They want them to, so they can depend
I
on
know
them.
someone like
but
Yeah.
but
That's it. Ooh.
but you meet her and you know that she's not up to your level. So now you meet her and you groom her, and now she skips levels. So she would have never skipped a level if it wasn't for that man that came into her life that caused her to skip these levels. But y'all want to blame everybody. Y'all want to blame every woman for these level skippings when it's y'all fault.
I think it's both.
You should have left her in the gutter. If she living in the projects when you meet her. I'm just saying.
You remember that video? You remember that video? The former NBA player.
Oh yeah,
And she was recording. She had an OnlyFans.
Joe Smith.
Joe Smith, and she had an OnlyFans, and she was like, "What you talking about? You know who I was when you met me."
But she was wrong for that, because if she felt the need to get an OnlyFans and hide it from her husband, then what's going on?
I saw an interview, and she said that's how much he paid attention to his wife. She had it all on her page, but he didn't pay attention to her. Not that she
and
would
that's
have
probably
volunteered.
why she did it though. But it was a cry for attention, because ain't no way you finna fart and I don't know about it. You see what I'm saying? If we locked in like that,
Right.
if we're locked in like that, there is no reason why something like that should happen, and I have to find out with everybody else. That's a problem. Right. But then that's their problem in their relationship.
Going back to what you said that's something that when somebody says, we should know, I guess what you're saying, we should know if this person is like this, not saying people can't change, because I do believe people can change and evolve, but I do think that we have to keep in mind, this is where they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think the reality of it, somebody put on their post that basically discernment is not making up, like basically trying to see inward this whole thing, but it's actually looking at the reality of a thing and saying what it really is. Another person told me that you get what you inspect, not what you expect. So a lot of times we have these expectations, but we got something in front of our faces, and we don't even pay attention to what's in front of our face to say, I need to stop, full stop right now, because this ain't this ain't gonna work.
But see, when you're in a relationship, and I can't speak for nobody else, but let me speak for myself. When you're in a relationship with me, I'm locked in. How's your day going? I don't even need to talk to you every single day. How's your day going? What's going on? Something feels off. Do you need to talk about it? Even if you don't want to talk about it with me, if it's going to be something that's going to affect who you are, which inadvertently affects who we are, then we need to go on ahead and figure out what's going on so we can fix this. If you're locked in with that person, then we're locked in. There is no reason why you should have an OnlyFans and I don't know nothing about it.
Right.
Now, I will say this. I think one of the things, kind of leading back off of what you were just saying, as far as, your expectations and things of that nature. And I think, ladies, you can maybe agree with me. I think sometimes women are the biggest culprit in not wanting to face the reality of what someone is, because I think women have a great gift to see what the potential of a man can be.
Right.
I think you guys have
y'all have that
gift.
Y'all will stay longer.
You have that gift because a lot of times I'll say it. It really takes the right woman a lot of times to bring out the things in that man that is supposed to be brought out. Right. That right woman does something to just bring everything up in that man that he needs to just complete himself, I think. But I think a lot of times some women get too focused on the promise of what something could be and not deal with the reality of where it still is. So I think that was a great point for you to say you still have to be honest about the snapshot that you're seeing right now. Although it's a snapshot, it's still what you see, though. You still have to deal with the reality.
There's so many people that when we talk about, the good book said, be not unequally yoked. Darius Daniels, one of my favorite teachers, he said, you know what an equally yoked is? It's a donkey being yoked up with an ox. So one of them is made for the field to plow. He's going to go forward. But the donkey, temperamental. Sometimes he I want to stay right here. It's not that a donkey doesn't have his worth. It's just, it's temperamental. Sometimes you're not yoked up to the right person. They're good for who they're good with. Two donkeys are good together.
Right.
But a donkey and an ox is not.
Right.
You got to know which one you are. And a lot of times we want to, like you said, have all that potential. I see all that potential and bring them up. And you're going to be the donkey later. You're going to end up being a donkey because the thing is, you're not yoked up. And then you have to see that. And it took me a minute for me to see that in certain situations, it don't work. Now, I ain't gonna tell you about my business, but yeah, I am divorced. But it took me a minute that it's not that she wasn't right for somebody else, and I wasn't right for that we weren't good people. Is that together, our mixture wasn't good. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't good. And you can force something. You can try to do this. A lot of these relationships, and especially when people put God on it, God don't choose. You don't have this big light from the sky. It is your choice of who you want to be with.
That's a whole nother conversation.
It's your choice. Yeah. It's totally your choice. Where you are in life is based on your choices. Who you are with in life is based on your choices.
And stop letting the damn list tell you, just like Janine said, stop letting the damn list tell you what you are or are not supposed to do with your life.
Yeah.
That is the problem. A lot of the problem right there.
Going back to this, you said something on your Facebook. Do we even want to love anymore? Like, do we even want to do something? And a lot of times, we need to minimize our view to that person and get to know that person for who they are.
Right.
Not who they're compared to. Because, a lot of times we compare our last relationship to this one. And if we had a good relationship, he cheated on me, but he was a good man. So as long as this one don't cheat on me, he got to do the same thing. Like, no, what if he's just different? What if she's just different? We got to accept them or see who they are for them. But a lot of times we're in a comparative thing.
I'm going to throw one more wrench out there since you just said something, in the whole thing, about minimizing. But how can you minimize and focus if you're dating them all?
And on that note, folks,
he will not get the last word.
We got to.
60 seconds. 60 seconds. Let me go on ahead and say this real quick, because what you will not do, I can date them all because he ain't been worth it yet. Okay, go on ahead and close out. Close out.
Okay.
On that
All
note.
right, so on that note, because I want to talk about that, what she just said, but we got to go, y'all. Hey, listen, we appreciate y'all for coming out. Listen, the crew is here. Conversation. We'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.